UFC Strike's first ever Series 1 drop is coming up. They just released the list of all of the fighters that are going to be in this drop, including Conor McGregor and Khabib. We're going to zoom in and I'm going to break down everything that you need to know about the upcoming drop. I'll do some price predictions on the Conor and Khabib and all of the NFTs that are in this drop. And I'll give you my takes on whether or not your money is better spent on these packs or in the marketplace. I am fired up to bring you this one. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric and my YouTube and collector name is Nifty Sports. The whole goal here is to help you build the best and most profitable sports NFT collection possible. We're going to zoom in here and get straight to the point and look at everything that is going to be in the upcoming drop. Then I'll give you the pack drop details. And lastly, we'll do some price predictions on what I think these things might come out to on the marketplace. But before we do that, I think this is the best place for you to stay up to date on UFC Strike and other major sports NFTs. So hit that subscribe button and hit that like button if you get any value out of this video. There's also a link in the description to my other social medias and a giveaway form that I'll be doing as soon as gifting is available through UFC Strike. Let's go ahead and zoom in. All right, this is a fresh article that just dropped last night. They released all 10 champion moments. They released the 15 challenger moments and 25 contender moments. We'll browse through them real quickly right here and see what you would get in a pack potentially. The championship tier are the legendaries and the most rare. These are out of 99, so there are only 99 of these ever minted. Each one has their own serial number from 1 to 99. You got big time fighters in this one, all of them champions. Anderson Silva's in there. We got Jose Aldo, Stipe Miocic, Robert Whitaker, and Matt Hughes, just to name a few. There's also a handful of other good ones. For the first time ever, they're going to be releasing a challenger tier. They did not have this in Series 0, but challenger is more like a rare. It's something in between that legendary and the common. So this is where Conor McGregor's first ever UFC Strike NFT is going to be. This is crazy. It's old school Conor before he even had the money to get tatted up. He doesn't even have his tats in this one. This was from back in 2013. It's on Fight Night from April 6th, 2013. So that's going to be an awesome one. We also have one from Colby Covington. We got a Jorge Masvidal in there. We got Tai Tuivasa getting his second moment, Rafael Dos Anjos, and a bunch of other good fighters as well. I have some good ideas on what I think these are going to come out to on the marketplace, just based on my experience with NBA Top Shot, and especially to NFL All Day, which is in a similar phase in its lifetime as a platform. Right now, there are rare moments out there that I think I'm going to use as kind of like a base mark on these price predictions here. So stick around for that. Moving down, we have the contender set. This is where Khabib's debut is going to come in. And these are out of 12,000. So last time in Series 0, there were out of 23,900, I believe. So they're cutting this down in half. They're making them more rare than that Series 0 contender moment, which I think is a good idea. Khabib is in this one. Let's see who else are the big names that we got. There's a ton of big names in this one, but yeah, Khabib is definitely the standout there. These, I believe all of them are brand new to UFC Strike. So these are all debut moments, or when I say debut, I mean they're NFT debut on the platform. Eventually, I'm sure they'll have a badge to annotate that at some point. All right, now let's talk about the pack drop details. This article is on blog.ufcstrike.com. If you've never done a UFC Strike drop before, you're going to need to create an account with Dapper. Just go to ufcstrike.com. It is pretty easy and self-explanatory. Now let's talk about the details, because there are 2 drop dates and 2 different types of pack drops. The 2 dates are March 22nd and March 24th. The action on those days will get started at 11 a.m. Pacific time. There are 2 different types of drops. The pack cost for the standard is $50 and the pack cost for the premium is $250. This is the same as NFL All Day. We'll talk about the odds of pulling a legendary and a rare. And then this will all determine whether or not it's worth putting your money into the packs or just making a purchase on the marketplace for an individual NFT. Another thing to note is that you're able to purchase 5 standard packs and only 1 premium pack. So they're going to limit the premium packs to 1, and the standard packs you'll be able to buy. And then if there's still inventory available, then you can re-enter the queue and then buy another pack. I'm going to link this stuff down in the description of the video as well, just so that it's easier for you to get to if that's something that's convenient for you. Here we have the details of each specific drop broken down. So if you look at this list here, they will be doing the premium drop first. So the $250 packs, those will come first. The waiting room opens at 10:30 a.m., so 30 minutes before the drop. There are 2,250 packs available for sale, 1,125 on each day. So that means if you're in that queue and your number is much higher than 1,125, then you're not going to get a pack. You're going to have to wait to the standard drop or try again 2 days later on the 24th. Again, they max this out at 1 pack per collector per drop. So you can go in on the 22nd, and you can also go back and try your luck again on the 24th if you'd like. The premium pack contains 4. You are guaranteed either 1 challenger, which is rare, or 1 champion, which is legendary. There's a 90% chance that that is going to be a challenger rare, and only a 10% chance that that pack will contain one of the legendary championship moments. So not terrible odds compared to what we've seen before. But again, stick around to the end of the video where I talk about some price predictions, because depending on your risk tolerance, it might be better to just spend the money on the marketplace when it comes to spending $250 on one of these packs. We'll have to roll up the sleeves a little bit and talk about it later in the video. But before we get there, we'll talk about the standard pack, because I'll definitely be going after at least one of these. I want to rip open a pack for you all on the channel here. So I'll be getting at least 1 standard pack. The waiting room will open again 30 minutes before the drop. And this drop is at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So they do 2 hours in between drops. Make sure to get there 30 minutes early, at least 15 minutes early. On this one, for the standard packs, there are going to be 65,000 total packs available, and they're going to split it between both of the days. So 32,500 on the 22nd, 32,500 on the 24th. You only get 3 UFC Strike NFTs in this one. You have a 27.49 chance to get 1 challenger. You have a 1% chance for one of those to be a champion legendary moment, which, that's similar to NBA Top Shot odds. Not great, not terrible, but you're most likely going to get 3 contender moments, 71.5% chance to get 3 of those contender moments, which were the common ones out of 12,000. So there's going to be a lot of money losers on this pack to begin with, is my guess. You're taking a risk. It's definitely a lottery ticket. You're probably better off spending $50 in the marketplace as opposed to $50 on a pack. But hey, if you don't pay, you can't play. It's your only way to pull a legendary or rare or champion or challenger moment, as they call it here, without buying it for a high dollar amount on the marketplace. So again, it all comes down to what your risk factor is and what you see the risk and reward on these packs being. So when we go into the marketplace here, just in 1 second, I'm going to talk about what I believe the risk is and whether or not I'm going after each of these packs. All right, so looking at the marketplace right now, I just filtered it from low ask to high. There's a low floor right now. These things are going for $3, okay? But keep in mind, they are out of close to 24,000, and the new ones that are coming out are going to be out of 12,000. So I see probably a $5 floor for those moments out of 12,000. There's definitely probably still some room for the marketplace to slip a little bit. We're in a little bit of a down market when it comes to NFTs. In general, there's a lot of supply out there. There hasn't been as many people coming into NFTs as you might think right away. But I think that we are still early, and I am willing to place my bets on this product and this industry, especially because they are licensed with the UFC. UFC seems to be behind them and supporting them. And I know the NBA and NFL are as well. So when it comes to the other Dapper Labs products out there, Dapper Labs is the parent company of all of the NFT stuff that's going on with UFC, NFL, and NBA. So again, just looking at the floor, it's $3. If you scroll up, we're going to use this as kind of like a price point. There are 25 contender moments in Series 0, and there's also 25 coming out in Series 1 as well. So as you can see, as the fighters get bigger, they start to climb up. Ian Gary's at $8. McKinney is at 9. Tuivasa is at 9. Ngannou is at 18. Pimblett at 21. And Izzy is slipped all the way down to $220. You know, given everything that's going on with, like I said already, the NFT space right now, I'm not super surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised that Izzy's down at 220. I think this is really good value. There is 2,300 of these, so it's pretty rare. And we're going to use this as our base mark for the Conor McGregor as well. As you can see, the legendaries are Ngannou's up to 5,275. Usman's at $4,000. And the cheapest championship tier is 1,480. Here's my collection here. I trimmed it down just a little bit. I took some profits and reinvested them. I hung on to my Izzy. I still have 3 Tuivasas, and I have doubles on a handful of other ones like Pimblett, McKinney, Lewis, Lawler, Ian Gary. I have 6 of them still. And that was because I needed to spend $500 in order to get this free Izzy airdrop from UFC Strike. We will probably see something similar to that when it comes to Series 1. There's probably going to be another type of reward. I don't know how they're going to work that out, but I'll keep you updated on that as well. Now, let's talk about price predictions based on what we already know for the championship moments. So we got the highest was Ngannou at $5,000. The lowest, Figueiredo at 1,480. There are a lot of good fighters in here. I would say we're looking at a similar range for these. I would say, again, the lowest is probably going to drop down below 1,400. Okay, so we're looking at maybe 1,000. If I had to guess, in the 1,000 range for the championship tier or the legendary. And then the highs, I believe, also will kind of be the same. The highs could be up to $5,000 on this. So you have, keep in mind, you have a 1 in 10 chance in the premium pack to get this, and you have a 1 in 100 chance in the standard packs for $50 to pull one of these. The upside is, I'm guessing, around $1,000 as a minimum. Now let's talk about the rares that are really interesting. A lot of good and popular fighters in here, highlighted, of course, by Conor. Tai Tuivasa, very popular fighter. He has a rare moment in there. He's the only person, I believe, that has a second moment on the platform so far. So everybody else is making a debut. So let's talk about prices on these rares, because if you go after the premium pack, this is super important to keep in mind, because a lot of these aren't going to be anywhere near $250 in my opinion. So your chances of breaking even is going to be pretty tough if you get certain fighters. If you get Conor, you're going to be okay. You're going to be breaking even. Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal, and Rafael Dos Anjos, probably. Tai Tuivasa, you're probably going to be all right. But, you know, some of the fighters that aren't, you know, as mainstream, these are going to be lower cost moments. They may cost anywhere from $40, $30, potentially even, you know, around, like, I'm thinking around the $30 range is the low mark on this. So you can end up getting a $250 pack and then pulling something that's only worth $30 or $40. So that's the risk there on the premium packs, right? You have a high upside. I think Conor, based on what Izzy is going for right now at 220, it's a little bit more rare. He is Conor McGregor. I think Conor is going to be around the $500 range. So I think the best chances of getting a rare, you're going to be doubling your money, which is pretty high of a risk to take, given that you only have a 1 in 15 shot of getting Conor if you pull a rare. So take that for what it's worth. I will likely be sitting out on the premiums and just going for the standard, maybe getting one or two standards, trying to go for the lottery, seeing how I do there, and then spending the rest of my money on the marketplace. I am definitely going to be eyeing Conor McGregor and trying to pick that up at a good price. One last comment on the risk here is that I don't think that it's all lost. If you believe in the platform long term, and you are a huge fight fan, these things likely will come around, right? So there's going to be a lot of buying opportunities out there. And as the platform grows, this is still series one. A lot of these fighters are making their debut. So if you're placing your bet early, taking the risk, maybe, a few months from now or a year from now, that negative investment that you have will turn positive. You just have to sit on it a little bit. That's just my personal opinion. That's what I did with NFL. I really liked the legendaries and I decided to go after the drop, even though the numbers didn't really pencil out, because I think that in 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, by the time football season starts, I think my purchase is going to be made up for. So that's the strategy that goes into this stuff. You want to be careful and calculate your risk, but not everything always goes up. So you want to be cautious as well. Lastly, we will talk about the contender set. There are 25 new contender fighters, and every single one of these will be making their debut. Khabib is obviously the biggest one. I like how they cut the set size down to 12,000 minted for each one. But I do see the floor of these being very similar to what Series Zero is at right now. I could definitely see some, $3 to $5 moments in here. So if you calculate that against your risk, your chances of getting, a moment in here that are going to be in that standard pack, you have a pretty high probability of getting a negative return on that pack. So be careful with that. You could very well end up getting three $5 NFTs out of a $50 pack. So turning your $50 investment into a $15 investment. And I think if you sit on it for a while, you're going to be okay. But the risk is definitely there. If you pull a rare in that $50 pack, which you have a 27% chance at, you might be okay. You might end up with a $30 at the worst case or a $40 NFT, and then a couple $5. So you're going to be pretty close to breaking even if you get a rare. And there's a chance that, if you get one of the bigger fighters, that you'll be, in the green to begin with. So be careful in what you do. Just know that there's a risk. Not everything is going to pencil out. It's more so when you buy these loot box tickets, more like a lottery. You're going after your chances at pulling something big. But I think for me, I'm willing to risk it a little bit and just still be cautious because it's series one. And I'm willing to hold on to these things for a little while so that my investment comes back to me and I can use that to build up my collection with other NFTs that I like in UFC, NFL, and NBA. All right, there you have it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it was helpful for you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the comments section or on my other social medias. Twitter and Instagram is the easiest to get a direct response from me. Make sure to follow there for my short updates, because when there are short updates that come out, I put out usually a 30 to 60-second video just letting you know what is up. If you are jumping in the queues and going after the standard or premium pack on the 22nd and the 24th, I wish you the best of luck. I'll see you on the next video soon. Hope you have a great day.